What if I told you there is a Paradox game so good, so polished and so fun to play that Paradox themselves don't want you to know about it? A game they've buried so deep in their DLC money printing machine that they would rather pretend it never existed. A game that had everything going for it, yet somehow became the black sheep of the grand strategy family. This is Imperator Rome, and this is the story of gaming's most tragic abandonment. Released in April 2019, Imperator Rome was supposed to be Paradox's final puzzle in their genre by introducing ancient times. Set in ancient world from 304 BCE, it let you play as any nation starting from Rome, Celts, Carthage up to the remnants left behind by the Alexander the Great. Just imagine Europa Universalis but in ancient world. Want to prevent Rome's rise? Play as Carthage. Want to restore Alexander's empire? Pick a successor state. Want to unite Celtic tribes and ride everyone? Go ahead. The game had detailed character systems, complex trade networks, military traditions, pop management, and some of the most beautiful maps Paradox had ever created. On paper, it was perfect. So, what went wrong? Imperator Rome's launch was rough, and I'm being kind here. The problems were real. The game felt empty, lifeless compared to other Paradox titles. Warfare was boring and repetitive, the UI was confusing even by Paradox standards, and most important, it just wasn't fun. Steam reviews were brutal, the community was furious, people called it Europa Universalis ROM reskin or a tech demo pretending to be a game. Basically it was kind of a demo for EU5, but here's the thing, Paradox actually listened. Over the next 2 years they improved the game, the 2.0 update changed a lot of things, and by 2021 Imperator Rome had become a great game, and then Paradox killed it. In May 2021, Paradox dropped a bomb. They were ending development on Imperator Rome, not reducing it, ending it completely. No more updates, no more DLC, nothing. Their reasoning, player engagement didn't meet the expectations. So in normal people language, it wasn't making enough money. But here's what's infuriating. By 2021, the game was actually incredible. The final version 2.0.4 fixed almost every major complaint from launch. The character system was full, well, until your general is going on all-inclusive vacations on Sicily because you did not bribe him. Warfare felt meaningful and fun, and the historical immersion was awesome. Paradox had spent 2 years turning their biggest flop into a hidden gem, and then they buried it. Why? Because admitting Imperator was good now would mean admitting they launched it too early in the first place. It's easier to pretend it never happened and move on to Crusader Kings 3 and EU5. Here's what Paradox doesn't want you to know. Modern Imperator Rome is genuinely fantastic. Every ruler, general and governor has personality traits that actually matter. Your paranoid dictator plays completely different from your charismatic diplomat. Characters have loyalty, corruption, many other important stuff. Basically for every position you need a different character, something like in CK3. The pop system is much more detailed than EU4's development system. Your country have different pop types, citizens, freemen, slaves, tribesmen, each contributing to the economy and military in different ways. Managing population growth and happiness is a must-have. Instead of a generic military ideas, you develop unique traditions based on your culture and playstyle. Celts, Greeks, Romans, every culture have its own traditions. Design of your army matters a lot more. You have many types of units, everyone has its own pros and cons, so pay attention to it. The ancient world feels alive, trade good matters, religious festivals affect stability, barbarian migrations are irritating and sometimes can make you fucked. Unlike EU4's abstract monarch points, everything in Imperator feels organic and logical. You have political influence, corruption, and much more complex stability. While playing, you're not just painting the map, you're managing complex, irritating politics, dealing with barbarians and balancing citizen happiness so they would not rebel against you, and rebels are much harder to contain in Imperator Rome compared to EU4, so be careful. Despite Paradox abandon, Imperator Rome has a sick community that refuses to let it die. The modding scene is incredible. Mods like Invictus literally saved this game. They add massive content updates that rival official DLC. The community has essentially become the game's developers. Steam reviews have shifted from mixed to very positive as people discover the final version. New players regularly post about how surprised they are that the game is actually great, but here is the harsh truth. Most people will never discover this because Paradox has essentially erased it from the market. It's barely mentioned in their communications and new players have no idea it exists. Should you play it? Absolutely, especially when it goes on sale for like 15 bucks. And for that price, you're getting a complete polished grand strategic experience, hundreds of hours of unique ancient world gameplays, some of the most beautiful maps and UI in any Paradox game, a passionate modding community adding new content, the satisfaction of playing something truly special that most people will never experience. Is it perfect? No. Will you get ongoing support? Only from modders, but as a complete experience it's phenomenal. Imperator Rome represents everything wrong with modern game dev. A studio released an unfinished product, spent 2 years fixing it into something amazing, then abandoned it the moment it became great because admitting success would mean admitting their initial failure. At least they did not drown this game in DLCs, but still, Paradox would rather make you forgot this game existed and bought their next $60 title with $200 worth of DLCs planned. But you know what? Sometimes the best games are the ones the developers don't want you to play. Imperator Rome is Paradox's greatest game that they are ashamed of, and that makes it worth playing more than ever. So leave a like, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments what's your opinion on this Paradox shenanigans.